GLAM, Los Angeles.
Hi, Kirby. Hi, Sarah. Welcome to Los Angeles.
All right, Glams, it's a big episode today. We are going to have two guests, but first, we're kicking off with some big news, some major news. Sarah, did you hear the Mac news?
Oh, I heard and I saw, and I am so excited to talk about it because people have some thoughts and questions.
Questions, opinions. Mac has gone viral yet again. They not only have debuted a reformulated product, but a repackaged, beloved product.
We have a full
and
makeover.
Everyone's like, yeah, how does it compare to the original? So if you haven't heard, MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation got a reformulation and a facelift, essentially. The packaging looks brand new, and I think it looks really sleek.
I do too. And
yeah, it looks really sleek.
Refillable. There's like lots of reasons for its new look. I think it looks really cute.
So we were like, we need to go straight to the source. We have questions. Why make something over when so many people love it? It's like you don't give Jennifer Coolidge a makeover. Like she's Jennifer Coolidge.
Well, it's like
she's
iconic.
Right?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
The question is, why did we fix it?
Right, exactly. So today we have a very special guest, Teny Kureghian. She is the global head of product development at MAC Cosmetics. So if anybody's going to know why this happened, it's Teny. I want to give a little shout out to Teny's experience in beauty. She has a long tenure within the industry. She was the VP of Corporate Makeup Innovation at Estee Lauder Companies. Before that, she worked at NYX. She worked at Coty as the Director of New Product Development, and so many other brands that I could list here. But needless to say, she knows her stuff. She knows about product development. So Teny, welcome to Los Angeles. We're thrilled to have you. Native Angelino, by the way. So we're thrilled to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kirby and Sarah. I'm so excited to be here. And I'm so excited to get into the Studio Fix Powder Foundation with you guys.
It's a long-standing favorite. People freaking love this product. Okay. It blurred, it was smoothing, it did it was unlike any other powder out there. But we need to address the elephant in the room, which is that some people are upset about this reformulation. And so let's start there. The Studio Fix Powder and Foundation sold over 1 million units in its original form last year. So why did MAC decide that this was a product they needed to update? Because from what I've been seeing online, MAC has been saying that this was like 3 years in the making.
I want to just start by saying, like, I'm a ride or die MAC girl myself. And like, I totally understand the personal and emotional connection that people have with their favorite products. And as a product developer, it's such an honor and blessing to be able to work for a brand like MAC with 40 years of rich history, an incredible fan base, makeup artists, beauty enthusiasts, and everything in between. It's a commitment for us. Like, we have to deliver the highest quality, highest performing, cleanest products in the market that we can be proud of and that ladder up to the ethos that is MAC, which is makeup, artistry, and cosmetics. Having said that, Studio Fix Powder Foundation launched in 1992. That is over 30 years ago. And a lot has changed in terms of technological advancements since that time. There are ingredient technologies that are new. There are processing ways that are new and advanced. And so while I fully understand like the hesitation of people wanting to try the new one, I want everyone to know that like this formulation was really done hand in hand with our artists over 3 years to just land the base formula, dozens of iterations, and we couldn't be more proud of where we are today.
So can you explain what the differences are from the original to the new?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We didn't look at this as a reformulation. We saw a moment in time, we were understanding that these technological advancements are far surpassing where we were when we developed this 30 years ago. So we went straight to our artists. We did huge deep dives, round tables, understanding what is it that they loved about the existing and what are some of the pain points. And we discovered that what they loved about it was the mattification, was the color true and the staying power. But the key of what they loved about it was the gesture. So most products, most powder foundations, you have to build it up. And what happens when you build things up, they can become cakey, they can settle into your skin over time. The magic of Studio Fix Powder Foundation is that it has a quick charge. So it deposits a lot of pigment and then you blend it down. And that blending down gesture is what creates that flawless look that everybody knows and loves. And some of the pain points were, again, the cakiness of it, the settling, the cracking. So this was the challenge. We didn't look at what a reformulation would look like. We looked at it like, if we were going to develop and launch the best powder foundation in the world that anybody had ever seen, what would that mean? So armed with that information from our artists, we went to our labs and we identified raw materials such as treated pigments. These treated pigments are hydrophobic treated pigments. So what do? They have waterproof properties. They ensure that you're not going to get oil breakthrough. In terms of the actual pigments themselves, we use microionized pigments. And that means that you're going to get the most color true because we're pulverizing these pigments to the most micronized size. And so you're going to get smooth application. You're going to get color true wear. And then finally, we included spherical powders. And these spherical powders create this airbrush, really flawless, blurred, much more blurred than the powder was before, finish on your skin. And so now we have 24-hour oil control from 8 hours. We have 12 hours of wear and color true wear, and obviously non-fading and the silky matte finish, blurred matte finish.
So this version is buildable versus heavy deposit and then blend out.
Both versions are buildable and blendable.
Okay. Got
and
it.
that all depends on like what tools you use, like whether you use a sponge or whether you use a brush.
This is a question I feel like a lot of people have when their favorite new product has been like reformulated and like if it feels really different than the original. Is there a world, or was there ever a world in which MAC will launch a product that is similar but keep the original? Like this would be, I mean, you could rename it something else, but is there a world where that could exist? Or would you argue that there's no room for both?
We only ever touch our products when we see huge technological advancements in the space. Because of our commitment to bring our consumers the most technologically advanced, the most highest performing products, cleanest formulations, if we were to touch something, it's because there's so much more of an opportunity to improve that it just wouldn't make sense to have both in place.
Okay, got it. I guess I just go back to the consumer of it all. Like if people weren't necessarily asking for it, why recreate it? But I think the answer that we are getting is that there were advancements and MAC felt that it was important to advance a product that had been around for as long as it has.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I also think like consumer preferences shift over time. Like one of the pain points of the original was that it made you look dead, like that it was a dead matte. And so that was something we addressed. Like this is a much more livelier matte because of the spherical powders. It's super, super lightweight, but it has superior skin adhesion. So it looks like a flawless filter on your face and it moves with your skin.
We do have to address the talc conversation. Talc was removed from this formula. And a lot of people have come to really love talc because of how it blurs the skin. And consumers are becoming more savvy. They know that just because talc is in a product, it doesn't mean it's contaminated with asbestos. So why did MAC feel it was essential to remove talc from this formula?
I think it's important to say like, we did not develop and launch this new powder in order to remove talc. Like that was never what the ambition was. The ambition was modernizing a 30-year-old formula for a new age, for a new time, addressing consumer preferences, the shifting of the preferences, being able to make the powder even more blurring. So there are ingredients, like as I mentioned, the spherical powders that have way more superior blurring attributes than talc does. Talc mainly is used for skin adhesion. And, we have boron nitrate and ASO in there, and the microionized pigments and the hydrophobic pigments that help with skin adhesion and locking things in place. We were able to take a powder that was only 8 hours of oil control to now 24 hours of oil control, which is massive. And I mean, I think in terms of the talc conversation, I'm sure people are hearing that in the news. In certain regions, there's impending regulatory changes that may impact the usage of talc in overall cosmetics. And so that cannot be ignored as well. But our approach to Studio Pix Powder Foundation was certainly not to remove and replace talc. It was really to develop and launch the best powder foundation the world has seen.
Has there ever been a product that MAC has reformulated and, initially the consumers were so pissed, but then it ended up becoming really popular and a favorite among consumers?
I mean, I think so a little bit. The very first product that Frank and Frank developed and launched was a matte lipstick. And that's what put MAC on the map. And it was obviously the icon, like there are two things iconic. Like if you were to say, what are the iconic products of MAC? When you think about it, it's Powder Plus Foundation and then MAC matte lipstick. So again, it was a 40-year-old formula. And we were like, okay, there are so many new wax systems. There are so many new emollient systems. And in a time where lipstick in its format was on the decline and the new generations were moving towards liquid lip and things like this, the reason for that is because matte lipstick had become synonymous for discomfort. And so knowing that there's obviously room for a matte lipstick in terms of finish, because everybody loves it and it's iconic to the brand, how can we bring a new formulation to market where you can have all of the benefits of the wonderful finish, the high impact color, but then also address the pain points and give you comfort and go one step further, give you moisture in a matte lipstick. And so we were nervous about it, right? Because this is the product that put the brand on the map. And I'm so excited that it was received with open arms, that people absolutely love it. And we added all of these new shades so that now you can have not only Velvet Teddy, but Warm Teddy and Cool Teddy. So building on these beloved franchises as well. We have more color vibrancy, longer wear, and of course, all day moisture.
Yeah, I do love that there's now warm and cool. There's like ways to take your favorite into a new direction without having to be like, well, this is essentially like, Velvet Teddy, but it's this way. I love the cool and warm notes to it. Speaking of shades, there are more shades to this product now, which is something that we applaud and we're very excited about. And MAC has always been a champion of inclusivity when it comes to shade ranges. So this is nothing new. Sarah and I both know this, but some people are confused because they're like, well, I was this, and now I have to find this new shade. I'm personally curious, why do brands do that? Why do they not just keep the same shade and then add elsewhere with the newer shades? What's going on there?
I'm so glad you brought this up because the shade conversation is like such an important one, especially for MAC. Like shade inclusivity is at the top of our priority list always with everything that we do. I want to kind of give you a little bit of background on the existing and how those shade ranges were built, and then why we made the decisions we made when we restaged it. The original was built with a certain shade number, right? And then we had 2 shade extensions over the course of the 30 years, taking it to 58. And what happened is exactly what you said, filling in the gaps as new skins were needed to be catered to, or we wanted to cater to, of course. And the nomenclature becomes a little bit discombobulated. And then over time, which shade shifts, which is an inherent thing that happens over a 30-year formula, things start to sit on top of each other. And so like your NC20 that you're wearing today was not actually the NC20 that it was intended to be when it was first launched 30 years ago. So we went back and looked at all of the standards and like deep dove into that. And we were like, okay, there's been a lot of shifts. And how that happens is like raw material variances with each production, or processing changes happen, or a million inputs. And those shifts are so microscopic when they're happening that you don't see them. But over time, when you look back at the original, you're like, oh my God, this is a totally different shade range. And that's a common challenge when you have the blessing of having a beloved formula for 30 years, 20 years, 15 years. Having said that, we firmly believe that our Studio Fix Fluid Foundation has the most inclusive shade range. So we were like, let's ground ourselves in that for several reasons. One, we know it's the most inclusive shade range. Two, we want to simplify the navigation of complexion at MAC, because in the past, they were done in silos, right? So you had Studio Fix Fluid had its own nomenclature, Powder Foundation had its own nomenclature, Water Weight had its own nomenclature, et cetera, et cetera. So how do we centralize all of that? So if I'm an NC20 in Studio Fix Fluid, no brainer. I know I'm going to be an NC20 in the Powder Foundation, so on and so forth. So that's really where we grounded ourselves when we developed this, the new shade range. So it's like super ease of shopping. And I know that in this moment, it's a little confusing because it's almost like this powder has been with us for so long. It's been in so many of our big moments of life. And like, I'm an N12 and I've always been an N12. And if I'm not an N12 now, like it's almost like part of like yourself that you have to rediscover. But the shades are now always what they were meant to be. They're more neutral. They're less colorful. They're not going to swing too warm. They're not going to swing too cool. And the team has really put in place so many tools to reshade match. So you can go to a store, like that's amazing because the artist will shade match you. If you're not able to go to a store, there are online tools. You can chat with one of our artists online and they can help guide you. And also they did this amazing migration tool. So if you're like, don't have time to chat with anyone, don't have time to go to the store, there's an amazing chart that will help you navigate that as well on your own. So I can't stress enough, like, I know everybody will be delighted with the new shades. It's just the idea of like the new number. I think it's going to be great.
Change is hard for
That's
people.
literally what I was
I'm not
Change is
surprised
hard.
that people are kind of freaked out, but they're like, I was NC whatever,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, whatever 20. It's you know, it's a natural progression with something new.
Yeah. It's like, I think about, this is completely different, but when you have like a software update, people get so pissed that things change, things move around, but it's like, it's for the better. It's going to make.
And you get acclimated to it.
Yes.
You
And
learn.
then you get used
I
to
mean,
it. and
I'm
then
one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like every
Like
time the
when we have a new
iPhone
phone
says, every
update.
time the iPhone says there's an update, I'm like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
I cannot turn it off.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's for the best, right? Yeah.
It's always for the best.
Let's talk about the design. She has
Yes.
a new look, as we mentioned. I was
She
laughing at some of these
does.
comments. A lot of people were actually really excited about it. They were like, this fits my makeup bag better. It's very sleek, like Kirby mentioned. Some people were like, oh my God, she's also on Ozempic. Let's talk about why she got so snatched.
So I mean, like just like everything with the formula, we did the pack with the artists in mind too. So there was two big missions with the pack: good for the artist and the consumer, good for the planet. And that's kind of how we looked at it. So the new one, and I brought one I'm going to show you, like obviously you've seen it, but I just want to show you, like, she has a sleek new flat top. She's refillable. What's amazing is we didn't use any magnets. The substrates we use are much more sustainable and good for the environment. So all you do is you click out the pan and the pan just comes straight out. No magnets, nothing. You still have a compartment. You have a beautiful new updated sponge with a shield design that is more ergonomic. And then you pop it back in. And that's it. And what's really cool about this is that we have pre-fills and we have refills. And these refills are super slim, as you can see. And these are amazing for artist kits. So no more depotting. You don't have to, break it up and repress it in. Easy to go, super lightweight. And so that's really why we did it.
Very cool. I love the
Thank
thought
you.
for the artist. The artist
Yep.
is very important for MAC.
Yes.
So I love that. I think a lot of makeup artists are going to be happy to hear about that. Teny, this was amazing. Thank you for walking us through this.
Yeah.
We like to go to the source when it comes to stuff like this. So the fact that you were game to come on and chat with us about it, I can't wait to try the new formula. I keep looking at videos, and I know some people are like, I like the original better. But then when I look at their skin, I'm like, oh, but I think the new version kind of, I was like, I think it looks better with the new version. So I'm very eager to try it for myself.
Me too.
I mean, I am so delighted. I can't wait for you guys to try it. I hope that you will let me know what you think of it. I'm certain you're going to love it. And I'm so grateful to have spent the afternoon with you.
Of course.
My LA sisters, it's so
Yes.
exciting.
Come back and
Amazing.
when there's a new launch, Teny. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I
Thank you,
will.
Teny.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we have another very special guest joining us today. We're not really sure why she's here. So we love her dearly. She's an icon.
We have an inkling. We have an inkling, but we don't want to.
Yes.
We want to be humble.
Yes, we're very humble people. So Andrea Lavinthal is here. She is the executive director of special integrated projects at People. She's a big deal, guys. And she's an icon in the beauty industry. We've been on trips together. We know her. And so we're very excited to have her on. But like I mentioned, we are not 100% sure why she is here. So I'm going to pass the mic and ask her, why are you joining us today?
Hi, ladies. Well, good question. Thank you for saying yes to our PR team's request to have me on. Imagine if you were like, no, thank you. We're fully committed. Maybe another time. We're going in a different direction. So we are about to announce our big World's Most Beautiful issue cover star and all the talent. And in honor of this, very special tentpole franchise, whatever language you want to use, we created this fun World's Most Beautiful poll. And one of the poll categories was your favorite podcast to get beauty advice from, like your favorite beauty podcast. And I may or may not have put some of my favorites in the category, including you guys, and you guys killed it. You won. Yeah. I was so excited when I saw the results. And I have no idea. I put it out in the universe and I see what the people say, and the people love you.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Congratulations, you guys.
People and the people love us. I got to
People
say though,
big P and people little p.
yes, except big and little p people love us. And I got to say, we didn't just win. I think we won significantly.
Yeah,
in our
We ran away with it. We ran away with it.
We ran away with it. I got to give us kudos for that. Andrea, I have to say, thank you for putting true beauty podcasts in this category. I cannot tell you how many times I look up a beauty category in a contest and I'm like, this isn't even a beauty podcast.
No.
Like they randomly talk about lipstick in an episode.
No, a love of a Glossier bomb does not a beauty podcast make. And I know that. And I respect the art form. So
we are so excited. We are so honored. We were in such good company too. Like Kirby said, like some of our fellow favorite beauty podcasts. So
it was really good competition.
It was. And this is our official, not plea, because I don't think we need to beg, but lipstick on the rim. We've done a collab with Well and with Fat Mascara. So now we have to get Molly on our podcast and we have to go on hers.
Well, I figured if she won, maybe she'll have me on it. But now I have no leverage to get on that one. But I think all
Andrea.
together.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of us. We can all go on lipstick.
We're all coming. Okay. Maybe next year.
Make room.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. So Andrea, I've always been curious about this because we know a little bit about Sexiest Man, right? I feel like Sexiest Man. Yeah. The lore behind that. But how do you at People bring together this most beautiful issue every year? What goes into that? Because doesn't the person that appears on the cover have to agree? You can't just be like, we're picking this celebrity.
We could. It's okay. So this is my first ever year where I get to be part of the issue, because prior to this, I was the style and beauty director. And while you would think that would put me right in the World's Most Beautiful, it's very secretive. It's a very small group, and it did not include me up until now. And then it's okay, now they bring me under the 10 or in the 10, whatever it's called. And I get to be a part of it. And I was like, okay, so what do we do? Do we fight? Do we all just yell out a name and kind of? It's we all kind of have our vision of what this should be and who this should be. And I think with Sexiest Man Alive, the men always get to have so much fun with it, and they really embrace it, and it becomes this humorous and I wanted that for the women. I feel like being called the World's Most Beautiful is a hefty title, and most women would be like, oh, I don't really want to, so you need someone who feels confident enough in herself to be like, yeah, sure, that could be me, but not so confident that you're like, oh, what, you
Yeah.
love yourself?
That the
You're
big P
obsessed?
that the big P and the little P are like not rooting for you.
Yeah. And no matter who you choose for any big people franchise, everyone hates you and everyone's mad. Although I will say with this, we nailed it and I won't hear otherwise. And when you find out who it is, I want to hear what you guys think. And I know because I follow Kirby on Thread, she's going to tell me anyway. She'll tell the world. And I appreciate that. We like the feedback, but only if it's good.
So you can't tell us who the cover star is yet.
No, I'll get tasered.
But when this episode is live, we will know. The world will know.
This episode is live. No.
Oh,
you
so
won't
we
know.
still
It's
won't
another
know.
week.
Yeah,
Right.
there's
Okay.
like a good week. And the reveal for the first time ever, because media is going to be on our brand new app. So like anyone who downloads the app is going to know like a little bit before the rest of the world. So I would tell everyone out there, you should download the New People app because you're going to see it before anyone else.
Are you allowed to give a clue? A hint?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just-
It's a woman. She is
She's
beautiful.
beautiful.
She's sexy. She's confident. And I would say she is the zeitgeist. Like that's another thing. Like a lot of times people be like, why that person now? And it's like, because you don't understand how these things work. But in this case, I would say this feels now. This feels right.
So literally the voting is just among this small group.
Yes. It's like we all come armed with our lists and it's amazing to hear people like go around. But this was one of those times where this was the first person, the only person. And this happened months and months and months ago. Like, cause they have to be on board, right? Like you don't really want to like convince too hard because then they're not leaning into it. And again, it's like, we wanted this issue this time to be a little more fun and tongue in cheek and not so like, I always say like, I don't want to read like confidence is beautiful. I've never felt more confident. Like we know you must feel confident. Like, look at you. I want to know more. So I just feel like we tried to do that this year. And I think we got there.
This is going to be fun because I truly have no idea who
I know.
this could be.
I will tell you someone inside the issue. I just emailed to our PR director and I was like, can I tell them this person? And she was like, yeah, but they have to keep it confidential until it airs. And I was like, okay. So in the spirit of bringing like the zeitgeist to this issue and making it feel really fresh and fun and different and unexpected, we have Gabby Windy in the pages of World's Most Beautiful.
Yes.
And I will tell you, the photos, the interview is exactly what you want. You know, she's hysterical and a breath of fresh air in Hollywood and totally unfiltered, totally dictated what she wanted for the shoot. Like all the concepts we had for her that we love, she was like, nah.
She's a Capricorn. So she knows what she wants and she will tell you.
And we were like, you know what? Like, who are we to tell Gabby what to do? Like, we'll let her tell us. And
Andrea, did you watch her when she was on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette?
No, I had stopped observing the franchise by that part. So I feel like I missed it and I should go back because I think I would appreciate her on that franchise.
I did not know a singular thing about this woman.
Me neither.
And then
Same.
when I found out she was on Traitors, I was like, okay. And then I think she started going semi-viral with her podcast before Traitors. So then I'm like, oh, she's funny. She can gab. I'm into this. She's gabbing Gabby. Like, this is amazing. Killed it on Traitors. Would not take her foot off of NBC's neck to get her prize
She got her
winnings.
money.
She finally got her money. I'm very happy for Gabby and this evolution. Now I do want to go back and watch her seasons because I feel like I'd learn a lot more about her.
She's like, she was a former cheerleader and a nurse and she's married to a woman. It was like the first woman she's ever been with. And she was like, yep, I'm good. Like fascinating.
Totally fascinating. Okay. I love that. Thank you for that intel.
I haven't told anyone else. So.
Oh, wow. We're the first to know.
Mm-hmm.
We love an exclusive.
Andrea, why don't you go through each of the Reader's Choice poll categories that were amongst ours? Sarah and I will read off the nominees. You can tell us who won each category. Does that work?
Sure.
Oh my God. And then you can give us a little perspective on why
I'd be
they
thrilled.
won.
Okay.
Granted, it was voted on, but like in your opinion, why they won. Perfect.
Okay, so the most daring, like riskiest beauty trend, because we saw a lot this year, and most of them were on Miley Cyrus, to be honest, was like baby bangs, bleached eyebrows, very contoured cheeks, and mullets. So who do you think from that list of risky beauty trends, which ones do you think? So kind of a weird question, but it's like, which would you not try? Like, which is basically the worst?
Which is the worst trend that you would not try?
Yeah.
I personally would not try a mullet.
Same. That would have been my vote. I think
Right.
My vote would have been mullet.
I voted mullet.
I bleached eyebrows won. And I think it's strange that there's more people out there that are terrified of bleached eyebrows than they are of mullets. But
I've been wanting to bleach my eyebrows. I just don't have an opportunity that makes sense.
Right. I think it's like you could like make it sexy. It's like, very edgy, but the mullet, there's
Really
no coming back.
Not
from the
a
mullet.
lot of redeeming qualities for a mullet.
Yeah, I can't.
A true mullet.
I know myself, and I couldn't carry off any of them. So I don't even,
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Same.
Like, I'm like, they're all kind of a pass for me. I mean, contour cheeks was kind of, I forget where that one came from.
Contour cheek. I mean, everybody contours their cheeks at this point.
Yeah. I think we were envisioning like a heavy contour cheek, but I'll have to go back to the team.
Okay. Next category.
Okay. So I'm going to pick another one that I really liked. We did Nail Queen, who's like the queen of nails this year. And there's some good celebs in this category. There is Adele, Cardi B, Cynthia Erivo, and Hailey Bieber. Now, I think you guys are biased in this one, but tell me who you would have voted or you voted for.
So I voted for Cynthia Erivo.
Oh, okay.
I think I did too, because although friend of the pod, Hailey, is very influential in her. What do they call her nails? It escapes me now. Like
the glazed donut?
The glaze, whatever. Although it is very influential and we see it all over Pinterest and Instagram, when Cynthia comes out with a new set, it's like jaws drop. The detail, the length, and then the fact that she can like do it all with like just this incredible full set. So I voted for her as well.
Well, she's the winner. So
of course she is.
Your votes that put it over the edge.
So was Hailey close then?
Actually, it was Cardi who was a very close second to Cynthia. So Hailey might have to step up her game, gals. You should let her know.
Okay,
Don't tell her I said it.
Okay, Miss Biebs, get it together, sister.
God,
here we go. Okay, I really want to know about dinner date, the dinner date category.
So the beauty founder, the celeb beauty founder you would most like to have dinner with. So Kylie, Rihanna, Scarlett, or Selena.
I feel like I know who won this category, but I chose Rihanna.
Well, you chose the winner. She won kind of by a landslide, which I was surprised because I feel like, Selena.
I thought it was going to be Selena.
Are you ready for the Selena fans to come and comment?
I had nothing to do with the voting. I love Selena. I wear Rare Beauty blush and others products.
But you know what? Everybody loves Rihanna. Everyone.
Yeah, and every time there's like that trend now where it's like which plane seat would you sit on? If it's like if there's an empty seat next to Rihanna, it's like that's where I'm sitting. Everyone wants to be around her.
I want to. I mean, I love them all. They're all wonderful. Everyone's confident, glamorous, kind, sweet, and thoughtful. But
dinner date, it's like you want someone that's gonna like make you laugh.
Although I heard she's like very late all the time and like covering the Met Gala many years. We know that she shows up like middle. She will be late to dinner.
And she will be 4 hours late.
Have punctuality anxiety. So I feel like that would be a rough dinner for me, but that's just my own personal journey.
But then when she shows up, she's going to give you the best combo, the best tea. It's going to be so she's going to look amazing, smell amazing. It's going to be worth it.
Epic. Yeah. Okay. So last one, what is your biggest skincare sin? Now, I wrote this one because that's just like how beauty editors speak, but overpaying for products, popping your zits, skipping sunscreen, or sleeping in your makeup, which is the one you guys would say you're the most guilty of?
Overpaying for products is not a sin, I don't think. It's an investment.
I like
It's an
that. I like
investment.
that, Sarah.
I voted skipping sunscreen.
That's your biggest
That's
skin
my-
sin.
that's
Or
my
the
biggest-
one you think, yeah.
Yes.
Is it that we do it or what we personally think?
You know what? I'm not
No.
sure.
I interpret it as what we would never. Yeah, we would. Oh, see, no, I don't skip sunscreen, but I think like that would be the biggest sin in my opinion. And
That's I would say that's the biggest sin, but the one that I actually do is pop my pimples.
Right. So that's the one that won. So I feel like most people, when taking the poll, felt like they are the most guilty of popping their zits.
Got
And
it.
I am too. I would never skip sunscreen or sleep, in my makeup. Who among us doesn't overpay for products? But like popping my zits, like I've been following Dr. Pimple Popper on Instagram for years, and
Yeah.
I am not ashamed to say it.
It just makes us
wait.
human.
Before we let you go, Andrea, can we find out about the most iconic celebrity beauty look?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. So it was Ariana Grande's ponytail, Lisa Bonet's braids, which I appreciate this for the Gen Xers among us, Taylor Swift's red lip, or Zoe Deschanel's bangs. Who do you think has the most like iconic signature beauty look?
I know who I voted for, and I know who I think won. I voted for Ariana Grande's ponytail, but I think Taylor Swift won because why wouldn't she?
See,
You guys would think. Yeah, go. Tell me.
I was gonna say, for me, it's like I think of like Halloween, I think of costume, and I think like Taylor Swift red lip, like for sure. But I think like when you see a big ponytail that is like larger than you, that's Ariana.
It's like you got the results because it's Ariana's ponytail by a landslide, which I was also shocked by because Taylor Swift and red lips and Zoe and her bangs. I mean, Ariana has moved on from her ponytail, and yes,
Right.
and
But
yes,
we will never forget.
we will.
No.
I think. Do you guys think she'll ever bring it back?
This is my request for baby girl Ariana Grande.
Put it out into the world. Manifest it.
We need to bring back red hair.
Mm.
So bring it back. I would love to see a beautiful red on her. And the ponytail must be revived. It's time.
But I think it can be like 2.0. I think it can be like a different version, like a little bit more elevated, not as long and not as heavy. Cause I really do feel like that was like a lot of like tension on her, her hair and probably caused some baldness.
I picture the ponytail like in a closet somewhere that's dark and quiet. And the ponytail's just like, when's going to be
Chris
my time?
Appleton's
Like
closet.
With Chris Appleton somewhere. Yeah.
And it's like, I'm ready. Like, just put me back in. Like, it watches like the other pieces go, and it's like, oh, what about today?
When's my time? Oh my
Right.
God. No, that's a Pixar movie waiting to happen.
Right.
The unused
ponytail
beauty products.
It's just, they just want a shot. And it's like, it got like sidelines, like it aged out. And it's just like, I still have it in me.
No,
I can
you
still do it.
I don't
He's
think
like,
you understand what
dust
you
me.
just did to my psyche by saying that, because now I'm never throwing away any of my hair extensions. Like,
They have a personality, you know?
they're real. They have feelings. So
Like-
now I'll be hoarding my hair extensions. Great.
Right? They do kind of, anyway.
That's why like Frederick Aspers has Lady Gaga's like hair warehouse, because none of
They
those
come
go
alive
away.
at night, as far as I'm concerned.
I would.
Now, no, none of us will ever sleep again.
Oh my God. Okay, this was amazing. Andrea, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Tell everybody when we can expect to hear more about who was on the cover of Most Beautiful.
So the cover reveal will be Tuesday, April 22nd. That's when I will maybe breathe again. And like I said, the first few minutes, the exclusive is on the People app. So those people who download the app will know before the rest of us, including my own mother, because I didn't trust her with her Mahjong group. You never know. They get crazy. And she's like, I just told Linda. And then Linda tells everyone. So, So the app people will know first. So I hope that's everyone. And then it's out to the world. And then I have to hear about it, on the internet. And I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah. So download the
I
app.
think it's going to be good. I think people are going to be happy.